So I just wanted to quickly let you guys know you can still use my code Fantayzia over on the EA app when you're at checkout. You can use it for any of the Sims packs, and this does include kits. If you do decide to use my code, I just want to say thank you so freaking much, seriously. It does help support me and my channel, so it really does mean so much to me. And with that said, let's just go ahead and get right into the video. Hey everyone, it's Fantayzia. Welcome back to another Sims 4 discussion speculation video. So there is something new on the forums that I really wanted to talk about, especially because of the fact that we are finally getting eyelashes. It just makes me think, what if? I think for a long time, a lot of us felt like we were never going to get eyelashes. There's actually a lot of things in the game that have come over time where a lot of us thought, okay, they're never going to do it. They're never going to give us that. It was the same thing even with Better Babies, and then they went ahead and gave us a whole infant stage. I feel like they do surprise us in those type of ways when it comes to free updates. I feel like a lot of times the things the community is really disappointed in is expansion packs, things of that sort. They'll kind of just, not do exactly what we're hoping they're gonna do. Things will be cut short, stuff like that. But then when we get these big updates, a lot of times they actually really impress a lot of us. And, some people will still be disappointed, but I feel like that is where exciting things happen. I don't know. It's weird. You would think we'd get more for the things we pay for, but it's sometimes literally the total opposite. But anyways, before we get into it, let's go ahead and do our notification shout out. And this one goes to Simmer Sparrow. Thank you so much. Seriously, I appreciate you. I'm so glad you find my stories relaxing. Oh, you just started posting because of me? Oh my goodness, I would love to check out your videos. Thank you so much for the support. And if you guys want a chance to be the comment of the day, all you gotta do is comment down below. Okay, so let's go ahead and get on into this. So over on the forums, there is this thread right here. Create a style may be in development for The Sims 4. Rumor. So keep in mind, this is pure speculation. I do videos like this a lot. A lot of my speculation videos have been about things that have actually come to the game, which is pretty cool. Who knows if this will ever happen. If you guys don't know what create a style is, just think back to The Sims 3. And if you weren't a Sims 3 player, basically there was a color wheel. You could change the color to things, literally make a top any color you want. Sometimes multiple colors too. Like if the top had like an undershirt and then a t-shirt over top, or if it had like a jacket, you could change each individual color. There was also a color wheel for the hair, and you could add highlights too, so there was multiple different sections to the hair. And then in build by, same thing, you could change the color to any couch, to whatever you want, also the fabric, everything like that. You could change the texture to things, also the clothes too, you could change the textures. And then there was also prints, you could put different styles on them, like different designs. So it was a lot, and people have been wanting something like that for The Sims 4 for so long. So let's go ahead and read this. So my friend who has previously been right about many things about The Sims 4 updates and packs recently told me create a style tool is still possible for The Sims 4, since EA may use AI technology to make it happen. Okay, interesting. Which we already know EA is not against using AI. There was something going around about that, about EA going to be using like AI for some things. I don't even know what it was. I didn't read into it. The tool is something I have been asking for so many years now. I hope it will come to The Sims 4 if it's in the works right now. Also keep in mind, there was a fashion game pack or expansion pack in development because of a website where a Sims 4 developer explored the cast tool with concept art photos. As for how it would work in The Sims 4, but it was scrapped for unknown reasons. Maybe they didn't scrap the color wheel technology completely, but decided to make it a base game update for later on. I think it would come in 2025 at the earliest to The Sims 4 though. Hopefully we will see. Okay, so what do you guys think about this? There's only one comment so far. I'm not even going to worry about that. Maybe we'll come back to it if there ends up being more comments, but I just really wanted to talk about the original post here. So as I was saying in the beginning of the video, there's a lot of things that we feel like would have never ever made its way to The Sims 4, and then they ended up coming anyways. So they do surprise us in that ways. Like I said, it's usually with free updates. And then, we're finally getting eyelashes, and I don't know what else is going to come in the free update, but basing it off of what's coming with Lovestruck, I do think it's going to be a really amazing one, and I cannot wait to see. And they've already mentioned, I think it was, the polyamory is coming in the free update, which is also a huge thing. So it's going to be like some game-changing stuff, you know? And I could see some sort of, even if it's not create a style, like, you know, the one in The Sims 3 was very in-depth, but it did cause a lot of issues like lag and stuff. I do believe in The Sims 4 it would run better or something like that. I can't see it being so laggy. More so, I would think they would go in the direction of just like a slider, which I'm also entirely okay with. But like a slider, but also like a color wheel, if that makes sense. So like with the makeup, we have a slider. And the skin tones, we have a slider. They could kind of do that and then expand on it by just adding the color wheel. As far as create a style, you know, I feel like that includes everything, like being able to put different patterns and all of that. That might be where you could run into some issues. So maybe just ditch that part and just simply do the color wheel and then add the sliders to everything. The hair. I also don't think it would be that difficult to add a color wheel to the hair. I think that could go over pretty well. What would you guys want a color wheel for the most? Like if they were to do it for some things but not everything, and maybe, you know, only add a color slider for some things, what would you choose? Honestly, I think to myself, okay, like I would be okay with just a slider for the hair, but then also thinking about the possibilities with a color wheel for hair, that does sound really fun. But I think a color wheel would be a lot more useful in things like clothing and also furniture. So that's where I would really love a color wheel. I feel like sometimes there's just not the color that I want, or I'm really trying to match something and it's just not working. I don't know. Some swatches aren't the greatest for certain things, and you're just like, why? But as far as like a slider, that would work perfectly for the hair. But of course, I'm down for sliders and a color wheel for everything. But I want to know how you guys feel about that and how likely you think this is to come to The Sims 4 at some point, given the updates we've gotten that we never really expected. Honestly, people didn't even expect that skin tone update. I think a lot of us just expected them to like add a couple more skin tones, which I think they did initially, and then they gave us a whole bunch more with different categories, like, you know, we got warm tones, cool tones, all that, and then even the slider to further change it even more. I remember a lot of people being surprised with that. I definitely was. I think with The Sims 4, they take a long time to do things that should have been done a long time ago, but The Sims 4 has been ongoing for so long and it's not looking like it's ending anytime soon. You know, I always say certain years that like, oh, I don't think it would go past this time, but then I think about it and I'm like, you know what? Who knows? Because Project Renee, which of course we say is The Sims 5, but who knows if it will really be called that, but it is the next Sims game, will be coming out when The Sims 4 is still going. That's very unusual for EA to do. They usually always wrap up the previous one, which just, yeah, gives me a lot of suspicions that it's like not even The Sims 5, but still like a life sim, like how we love The Sims 4, 3, 2, you know, but I'm wondering if they're just gonna go in a little bit of a different direction, call it something else entirely, because we already know there's gonna be some things that are different than what we're used to. Like, I mean, for starters, you're gonna be able to even play on mobile. It's gonna function on everything. So yeah, I always say I don't think they'll, you know, have The Sims 4 going, you know, past like 2026, but maybe. My thing is, I'm always just like, okay, they're gonna run out of things to bring to the game eventually, but at the same time, they're very good at dividing the packs a lot. They also just wait to bring features to the game for so long. It's officially almost gonna be 10 years, you guys. I know a lot of us already say, like, this game's been going for 10 years, but no, it'll officially be 10 years in September. It's getting so close. What do you guys think they're gonna do for the 10 year? Do you think it's gonna be something good? Maybe we'll get the color wheel. Honestly, if we do, I feel like it'll be next year if we were to get something like that. But yeah, I want to know your guys' thoughts down below. Do you think this would ever happen? Do you think it would be just a color wheel, or do you think it would be create a style like The Sims 3? Comment down below your thoughts. Let's have a little discussion, and you know, of course, if there's enough of a discussion, I can go ahead and do another video featuring your guys' comments. But with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up here. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!